Aloha, everyone, and welcome to the Empowered Hour. I am so excited for today. I have my guest all the way across the world. Shraddha, how are you? And where are you in the world?
Thank you for having me here, Tasha. And I can't tell you, I can't express how overwhelmed and how excited I am today to be in this podcast with you. I am Shraddha Varma. I am based out of India and more specifically in New Delhi. So yeah, hello everyone. I'm so glad to be here.
We're glad to have you. And Shraddha, what is your business? I want people to know because I think it's absolutely amazing and definitely want people to hear about it.
Absolutely. So, Tasha, I am the founder of a huge global social media networking community, which is called as Fuzia.com. It's predominantly known for empowering women, majorly because we started this community with a single aim of making women realize that don't underestimate your potential. You have the power within yourself, and we wanted to start this community in order to not just boost their confidence but also to make sure that they realize their creative calling. I mean, everyone of us, we do have some or the other talent and creativity within us. It's just about identifying it and then showcasing it, nurturing it, collaborating it, and also letting women realize that if you realize and believe in yourself, and you have that self-confidence, nothing can stop you. With this vision, we started Fuzia to make every woman realize that you have your own superpower and you just need to realize it and take it ahead. I mean, that's how we started growing back in 2012. So that's how we started.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So how did you come up with the idea?
Oh, I mean, the idea was very serendipitous. I'll say that this is just a simple conversation that took place and that kind of had a snowball effect. So let me give you a backdrop to it. What happened was my co-founder, her name is Ria. And back in 2012, when she was just 11-year old, being an avid reader, a good writer, I mean, she used to write a lot of stories, and one of her stories actually got published, and we actually published a book which by the name of Runaway Twins. And she was back then, she was just 6-year old, and in 2012 she was presenting this book in a local Palo Alto bookstore, and then there was a 6-year-old girl that came up to her saying that, hey Ria, thank you that you presented your book, because now I have realized my dream, and my vision, and my aim, that I want to become a writer. I will also write a story. And this was just a very common incident and serendipitous that there's just one person coming in, sharing her thoughts with Ria. And that day back then, Ria came and mentioned to me that, hey, why can't all of us inspire and influence more women and girls together? And that's what kept us thinking that why not? What if there are infinite number of women or infinite number of girls inspiring and influencing each other to realize their calling, realize their aim or vision, or their motive in life. And this is how we started. We took our first step and we launched Fuzia Writing Club in 2012, which was an online platform aimed for schoolgirls to come together on this online setup and showcase their essays, poetries, and anything in the form of words. So this was just our way so that people stop feeling hesitant. In fact, girls, women in general, we saw that they are very hesitant to come out of their shells and express themselves. And this writing club intended for encouraging these young girls to come up and show their stories, show their writing, show their poetries, etc. And that's how we took this first step. But eventually, after a couple of years, I realized that this issue or this problem of hesitation, lack of self-confidence, not believing in yourself and feeling that, oh, I don't have that right potential, or having that imposter syndrome is prevalent across the globe and across ethnicities for every woman out there. We in general tend to underestimate our own potentials. And that's what, made me think and take that next big step of expanding this vision of our community to a bigger audience, to a wider geography, in fact, to the globe, uh, and that's how I came up, I thought about it and launched Fuzia.com, which is an expanded version of our vision. Uh, the major aim was to create such a platform where women can come together and showcase their talents, be it in the form of words, art, creativity, designs, videos, photography, etc. But a way to vent out, a way to express themselves. And the best thing is, these expressions, these creative expressions, they don't need any language because we tend to connect with each other through our passions, through our creativity. There is no barrier for language in that case. So in this way, we started our first step, and gradually we saw people, right from someone as young as a 12-year-old to someone who is like a 45-year-old, and people sharing, some sharing their stories, some sharing their photography skills, some sharing their essays or compositions, etc. And that's how I saw there is so much of talent within us, within ourselves, and that we have kept hidden from people in probably a showcase or something. We don't know. The second best thing that I saw is people liked uh, the safe space kind of feeling, because they knew that nobody is going to judge you. Nobody is going to judge you for what you have done. And people are encouraging, people are appreciating you for what you have done. And that appreciation gives you that boost of doing more, doing better. And this feeling actually just radiated a lot in our community. And within a span of just 2.5 years, maybe, we grew into a huge community of almost 2.5 million community members across the globe. And that was really, really very encouraging for me, because I then realized that it's such a need today in the society that we really need to come up with a safe space, and an online safe space for women to be themselves. Probably, there are a lot of restrictions, be it cultural restrictions or family restrictions, that women in general are not able to follow their dreams, to follow their passions, or probably do what they like. They are just probably following what the society wants them to do, what others want them to do. But, hardly a few of us would really think what I want to do. And this feeling was actually what Fuzia community was, creating within them. They started getting a feeling of confidence. They started feeling happy from within. People share, encouraging someone else that, hey, you've this is a wonderful drawing. This is a wonderful piece of poetry. Not just that, not just about appreciation, also about learning, because people started also giving their constructive feedback around, hey, if you do this in a way like that, that would, bring out the drawing in a much better format. Or probably, these are some words that you can incorporate. So, this became like a huge interactive learning and appreciative community, which was not just encouraging each other, but also creating a sense of sisterhood, and creating a huge supportive community of women helping each other. And this is what kept us different from other social platforms.
Yeah.
That's how we began that huge journey of talent showcase platform of Fuzia.
So Shraddha, you touched on something that I think is really important. I mean, a lot of what you said was very important, but one of the key points that you had mentioned is the expectations for women. And I think that right now, women all over the world are feeling that, and also feeling like their rights are being infringed upon. They don't have as much of a say in their life and what they want to do. I wanted to know, you personally, has that ever been something that you've had to struggle with? And if so, how did you get over it?
Well, honestly, I have been a rebel. I mean, that's how I am. I am not someone who is gonna just accept the status quo. I always have this feeling of questioning the status quo. And I feel that something that was always within myself was about equality. Like, I have a younger brother, and I used to notice a lot of things around me that's happening around me while I was a child. So I used to see that during birthday parties, uh, the guests would come, and I could typically understand, and I could typically see that why do people generally give cars to boys as a gift and dolls uh, to the girls. And that something was always that used to really disturb me, because I used to love cars. And the only thing that put me off is I never used to get cars. It was only my brother who used to get it. And that's how I started questioning my mother. I mean, why everyone gives me dolls? I don't like playing with dolls. I want to
I want my car.
I want a car. I want my remote control car. I want those things. So, and that's what eventually I realized, that the society has some preconceived notions about that pinks are meant for girls or blues
Yes.
are meant
Oh
for
my
boys.
God. Yep. That was me when I was younger. Everybody wanted me to wear pink, and I looked and I would throw the clothes. I'm like, I hate pink. I want blue. I want green.
Exactly. I want all the colors. Why just pink?
Yeah, exactly. I do like pink, but I was at the time, it was
And
just
pink is
I was
definitely,
making a point. I was very
yeah,
staunch in my opinions as a 3, 4-year-old.
I
I
know.
was like, no.
And this is exactly what happened. I mean, I was really kind of, having this question that, okay, I am here, my brother is here, then why this different treatment? Even I should be given that. Even I should be given that. So I think that knowingly or unknowingly, I'll say, in unknowingly, I was kind of a person who was vouching for equality, gender equality, without knowing the importance of it. But yeah, I wanted to have things very logical. I wanted to have things which, uh, which made sense to me. It didn't make sense that, just because I'm a girl, I should be treated in a way. Just because I'm a girl, I should be opting for a career which is around teaching or HR. That's not right. I mean, I can even do engineering and do some civil engineering stuff. I mean, just making a point that it's just about the mindset that needs to change. And this can only come from within, when your foundations are laid right in terms of uh, what is happening around you, how you see the world, how your opinions matter, how you bring out your opinions in front of the world. That really matters. And this is exactly what I wanted to do with this community. I wanted them to realize that, things are happening around us. I mean, everyone have their own set of environment, but something that will really matter is, what's our opinion in something? How do we follow our dreams? We also have our own passion. How do we respect our own, thoughts, our passions, our uh, creativity, our learnings? I mean, that's also an altogether different aspect which people should realize. And this is what, I really, uh, you know, made it a point that Fuchsia needs to be a community which is not just about supporting women and allowing them to showcase their talents, but also to make sure that they are able to express their opinions, bring out their voices, talk freely, and uh, you know question the status quo if that makes sense to them. and follow their passion, basically. So that's something that I really wanted to.
That's amazing. I love it. I was just thinking, for all of us, I think we've all gone through sort of the hero's journey. We have these moments where we're in the abyss and we're trying to think, okay, what's next for me? And I hear your story and I feel like, from the very beginning, you started out, you had your own dreams, your aspirations, you went for it. Was there ever a time in your life where you were questioning what am I doing, or you had a really difficult moment and you had to actually get over it? I'm wondering if you can share a little bit about that, because I know that that's the process of empowerment. You have these disempowering moments and then you have to face them and move past them. So what was that like, and what was the situation for you?
Uh, Honestly, I mean, I have a very supportive mom and dad. Uh, so I didn't really face a lot of such barriers or challenges. But having said that, there was a mental dilemma because I am a core. I'm a marketing postgraduate. But before that, I was into pharma marketing. So I've done my pharma studies. So I've studied pharmacy, bachelor's of pharmacy, and I was into pharma marketing. So having that kind of healthcare background, and then working in that field also for almost around 3.5, 4 years, and then suddenly taking the step of driving your own startup, which is totally different. That was the kind of dilemma I had to face, because I felt that, is this something that, so healthcare has always been my passion. I mean, I really love to study more about medicines. I love to study more about how it works on the body. And I still have that interest. I really like to know. I mean, if I take a medicine, I'll definitely go back to the strip and see what are the ingredients. I mean, how does it work on the body? I mean, that's the kind of interest I always have, even now. Uh, so I had that dilemma: if am I taking the right step of leaving everything and then putting my entire uh, time to run and grow this idea, which was just like a paper pen imagination back then. So that was a huge step. My parents were also they did also question me like twice, like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? They were kind of making me realize that, hey, am I taking the right step or not? But then one thing I knew for sure is I really wanted to do something where I can put in my vision, I can put in my 200%, and do something from the scratch where the world can know that, okay, this is something that, I've created an impact, I've left my mark, and the world would know it. So this is something I really knew that I wanted to do something.
Yeah.
Probably in the healthcare field, I wouldn't have been able to follow that or do that. I wouldn't have got the freedom to do something that I really want to do. And that's what I made. And that night I made that decision that let's follow, my dream, my passion of doing something on my own and leaving a mark so that the world knows me. I mean, I've got nothing to lose. I only have everything to learn. Even if this doesn't work, I will still know that, there are so many things that I have learned um, for the years. So it's not like it's not something that I'm losing. So
Yeah.
I thought, let's give it a shot. All I have to do is giving my 200%, make sure that the vision is clear, make sure that I have a purpose. And one thing I truly believe, that a purpose-led business can never fail.
Yeah,
And that's
absolutely.
what kept me going.
So how long ago was that you made the leap
In terms of,
of
I
your bit of starting your business?
uh, so as I mentioned, initially Fuchsia was just like a Fuchsia riding club that we had launched in 2012. But I'll say that I was totally into it from 2015.
Nice. That's amazing.
So that's how it made me realize that this is the time that I have to give in my entire efforts and thought to make, because this is the time to make it big. This is the time to create an impact and see how it works.
Yeah.
Ultimately, Even if 1% of the world population can get positively impacted through this vision, I mean, that's also
A
a
lot
huge
of
number.
people. It's a lot of people. So when it comes to startups, I know that so many entrepreneurs, they struggle. There's a process. I know that for me, I like so many other self-defense instructors, it was like, okay, I really want everyone to have this. So then I was offering these things for free, and there's the realization, a year in, of like, this isn't really a business if I'm giving all these things away for free. So how did you get started, with your business model?
In terms of the business model, honestly, the initial 4 years, a couple of years, was just about building the community. I never thought about, how will I get the money, honestly, in the initial, because our business, our community was all about the power of people. The more people we have, the more community members we have, that's how it will sustain itself. So my initial few years was just focusing on building the community, giving them what they want, creating a sense of interaction and engagement, and a sense of conversation within them.
Yeah.
So I say the initial few years was just into building the community. Once we reached that number, so today we are a huge community of almost 5 million women across the globe.
Mm-hmm.
But after a couple of years, that's when I realized, when we hit that number, that today, okay, we are hitting 3 million people. So now let's take the next step forward. So as a next step, uh, what we did is, we introduced learning and development programs where women can learn through different workshops, through different mentor programs, uh, courses, etc. Once we started this, I realized that there was a lot of student population also increasing in our community, who want to learn, who probably don't have the means to spend a lot of money, but they would want to learn. And that's what gave me another vision to, let's do a lot of such courses, because people want to learn, and let's not stop them from learning. So we started a lot of courses and a lot of workshops, and eventually we started into this business model where, um, as I said, I truly believe that empowerment is very much incomplete without economic empowerment. And I think it only made sense because now that we were a huge talent platform of women professionals now, because now that these workshops and courses were able, it was able to transition and transform these women to women professionals, through making them learn so many skill sets, industry specific skill sets. The next step only made sense to make them utilize their skill sets on real projects so that they could earn. And this is how we thought of building a business model where, and a self-sustainable business model where women are not only taught about different skills, but also given an opportunity to collaborate with a lot of businesses, entrepreneurs, where they can work on live projects and earn as well. So it's all about learning, earning, and networking for them.
It's amazing.
In this way, this can be a holistic way of empowering them. And if this is something that's utilized in the right way, I think women can do wonders.
Yes, they can. So Shraddha, what could you say to the young girls out there who are, right now, I think that it's a very, influx time for so many girls. And I think that, as far as women's rights, there's been a lot that's been going on that can be very disheartening and very shattering for a lot of young women. So I was just wondering if you had any sort of advice for them, what would that be?
But I would really want to let them know that, take charge of your own happiness. Don't depend on someone else or something else, uh, for your happiness, because I truly believe that half of the time or half of the time is lost just by thinking that, oh, this didn't happen, so I'm not happy, or, this person didn't came, so I'm not happy. A lot of times we end up depending on others to define what does happiness mean to ourselves.
Yeah.
And this is where, we tend to probably stop in the journey of progress. And I don't want this to affect more women going forward. And that's one of the reasons why I always keep reminding myself as well as telling others that, take charge of your own happiness, because it is only you who can make things happen. It is only you who can, you know, take that leap and become successful in life, and build your own identity. No one else can do it for you. I cannot do it for you. I can just create an environment where you can leverage and do it. But ultimately, it's you who will be needed to take that step. So my only message is take charge of your happiness, because that's the only thing that will set you free from all the foundations, and also make you feel very happy from within.
This is so true. Shraddha, thank you so much for coming on. I'm just wondering, how can people find you? I want to make sure that they know about the different projects that you have, how to get in contact with you if they want your services or they would like to interview you.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm there on LinkedIn. If you can find me on Shraddha Varma, and I'm there on LinkedIn. But through my platform, you can definitely check out Fuzia.com. Apart from being a women empowerment, a globally recognized women empowerment platform, we have also, sub pages and sub initiatives, which is called as Future Wellness and Future Talent. Future Wellness revolves around health and wellness needs of women. So you can find the right kind of health professionals, right kind of therapies, look at, what kind of corporate programs that you would want to work with our professionals who are empaneled within our team. So Future Wellness is the place where you can visit. And Future Talent is the place where, if you're a startup or a business owner, or, anyone who needs help in any sort of support related work around virtual assistants, maybe social media marketing, maybe content writing, or any sort of services or help that you would require in growing your business, you can hire the talent from our community, all the women talent from our community, where they can help you with this right kind of skill sets. And you can be assured that the kind of quality and the services would be top notch, because they are really, really, really very talented in their skill sets. It's just that it has been recently that they have realized that they have that passion, they have that talent, and we are giving that opportunity. So it's our way of economically empowering them. And if you are able to give that opportunity, the women in our community would really be happy to start their lives again and get back on track.
Shraddha, thank you so much for coming on. This was amazing. And I'm so excited to partner with you and send business your way as well. Thank you for coming.
I am glad, and thank you so much for having me here. It was such a wonderful time talking to you, interacting with you, and telling you more about Fuchsia and the vision. I mean, even while talking to you, it just gives me so much motivation and encouragement to think of the different new initiatives that could happen in future. Yes. So yeah, I mean, it's boundless. I mean, we can have n number of opportunities or n number of things that we can do to make an impact in the world.
It's happening. It's already happening. It's going to be there. So thank you so much. And definitely, if you get a chance and you need some marketing services, check her out, check the website out, follow them on all social media. I was looking through and they have amazing tips on there and tools and strategies as well. So so that's another way for you to learn before you delve in and take up the services.
So if you want to check out the services, you can definitely check out fusiotalent.com, yes, which has the list of all the services and that we can provide you, with the right kind of support So yeah.
Yes, and we'll have all of that in the description on the YouTube channel and podcast. So definitely check that out as well. And again, thank you so much. And you have an amazing day.
Thank you so much, Tasha.